Hi everyone, welcome back. In the last two videos, I showed you how to configure Active Directory domain services and create a domain. And I showed you how to set up DHCP. In this video, we're going to do a configuration that is more related to a specific user. We're going to create a user home directory. This is normally the location a user would store all their files. So in this video, I'm going to create a share. I'm going to set the share permissions on it. I will set the security on it, and we will go into the domain users and computers tool and set the path to the home directory. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is create a directory to be used. Normally, a server would have multiple hard disks. Our virtual machine only has one, and we're going to leave it at that for now. I'll just go to the C drive and I will create a directory called home, just for the sake of some word. As I said before, normally you would always separate data and operating system, but for demonstration purposes, we will not do that in this case. Next, we will right click on the folder. Next, we will go to sharing, advanced sharing. We will say share this folder and we'll just share it as home. Next, we will go to permissions and we'll see that everyone has full control, which is of course not what we would want. So we're going to add two groups. The first of all, domain administrators. And the second group is authenticated users. Click OK. I remove the everyone group and I will set authenticated users to change and read. And I will set domain administrators to full control. I press apply and I press OK. And I press OK again. Now we're back into the properties screen and we will go to security. We will go to advanced because we need to change the inheritance settings on the folder. By default, any subfolder I create under the home directory will inherit the same user rights as the home directory, which would be authenticated users and domain administrators. But we don't want that. We want domain administrators and one specific user to have access to this. So the first thing we'll do is we will say disable inheritance and say convert inherited permissions into explicit permissions on this object. So now I can set permissions on each and every object under this folder. We'll click apply, click OK. And you will see creator owner, system, administrators, and users. I click on edit. I will remove the creator owner. I will leave system, which has full control because that is the server itself that has to do things. I leave, of course, administrators, and I remove users. So the only two groups I have left are system and administrators. I will click apply, and I will click OK. And now the rights on this folder are set. The next thing we need to do is go to the domain users and computers tool. And I will create a user. I'll do it under IT to just make my life easy. I will say user. I will call the user IT. IT here as well. Next, give it a password. No change at log on, never expires because this is just demonstration. Next, and finish. Now I open up the properties of this user and I go to Profile, and under Home folder I can either choose local path or I connect it to a drive. So I will choose H for home, and I will say the network path / demo -dc /home. And now I can do two things. I can either type IT, which is the name of the account, or I can do percentage username percentage. This will automatically fill in the correct name the moment I click apply. It is now put IT there. I click OK. And now when I go have a look at the home directory that we've created, you will see that there has been a folder created by the system itself. And when I right click and look at the properties and I go to security, we will see system, I will see the user IT, and I will see the group administrators. Now we will go to our virtual machine, our Windows 10 virtual machine, I should say. And the first thing that we need to do to make sure that the domain user can actually log in into the domain is join this Windows 10 machine to the actual domain. If I open a command prompt and I type who am I see that I'm now logged in locally at the desktop, which is not what we want. We want to log in into the domain. So for that, I just go to the PC properties. And here we have workgroup. We will click change settings. I will not bother with the computer description. I will go to change. I will click domain and enter the domain that we created earlier, demo.local. And we click OK. It will now ask us for the domain username and password for an administrator. Click OK. And now it says welcome to the demo local domain. Click OK. And now we are forced to restart by the system. And restart now. This will take a few minutes because it has to do some configurations. And now we can log in. It's important to choose other user now because we need to sign into the domain. So we type IT, we type the password, and we press enter. And now we are logging in as the user IT. Of course, the system will now configure some settings that come from the domain, so it's going to take a little while, not too long. Whilst we wait, a good thing to realize is that the way I've joined this Windows 10 machine to the domain is pretty much the same way I would join a server to a domain. Only I would use Server Manager and not the PC properties. It's started up. We will open up a command prompt just to demonstrate something. Type who am I? And you see demo/IT. And also you see H here. open up this PC, and there we have the home drive that has now been automatically pushed from the server. And I can create a document. I can save a document. And if I go back to the server, open it up, and here we see the document I created. And if I go look at the security, I see again, only I have access to it and nobody else. So that's how we create home directories in a structured, automatic way. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, until next time.